Hi everyone, David here from Kinetyca. So what I would like to talk about today are the power apps that we design here at Kinetyca. And the power apps are part of the GTM Brain, right? They are part of every motion that we build for our clients, but they are very custom part, right? So it's something that we just build custom for our clients if they really request it and if they want this, right? So what you can see here on the screen, this is our portal, the GTM Brain that every one of our clients gets access to. And then here you can see my GTM Brain, and the Power Apps is one of the points here that we highlighted. And so what is this? When we work in sales and marketing, there are many different use cases or many different custom use cases that we need to cover, right? And normally what we would do is like, okay, we would look for a SaaS tool that can help us here. The problem with many SaaS tools is that 90% of all the features I don't really need. I need just a few specific ones, and then sometimes I pay for them in such a way that, well, actually I have to go to the higher tier because of a feature that is just available in the higher tier. And but I still don't need most of it, right? And then also the way how it's done is that a lot of the features, even if they fulfill my needs, they don't do this exactly in the way how I would like it, right? And so this is why I think right now these days there's like really a boom coming in building custom software because it's become, of course, much easier than it used to be like years ago, right? So the ones that we are building here are the ones that where we see specifically that that our clients struggle with or need help with, and then we customize it to specifically their own use case, right? So some ideas here for the ones that we have built in the past. For example, we have built a specific copy framework which we used with a lot of our own knowledge here. And a lot of publicly available knowledge, built this all together and created a framework for building copies for many different kind of situations, for a cold outreach, for an ABM outreach, for a warm place, right, for CRM kind of place. And the thing is, I mean, this sounds easy at the beginning, but it is actually like very, very difficult to get good copy out in such kind of a framework, because in theory, I mean, even Claude could do it, right? I mean, Claude could do it just without even the whole framework. I just tell it, hey, I need a copy for this and this and this, create it for me. But if you really wanted to get it on the top tier level of what is possible these days, you have to know all the best practices. You have to know what really converts, what really makes sense, what are the best signals, what are the best first lines, the best PS lines, the best way to highlight different personalizations, relevancy triggers, etc., etc., etc. There are so many things, right? And so we put this all together in a framework here. Then other things that got a lot of attention and that we really like to build for our clients is sales trainers, right? So this is something that can help reps to identify how they can become better in their sales calls, right? What are the things that really make sense to talk about? What doesn't make sense? What do we have to improve on? And let me actually highlight this one specifically. I can show you this right now actually on our own console here at Kinetyca, how this looks like. So we have a discovery call prepper. This is actually a different kind of app. By the way, this is all demo data, right? So the data that you see is not the real one, and exactly. But the idea is here in this discovery call prepper. Let's actually talk about this one as well, since I just have it open here. So before I go to a sales call, I normally have to look at the web page, I have to look at their LinkedIn, I have to think about who are the decision makers there, what might be possible objections that they have, why are they interested in my tool, why not the others. Like all these things like really help me to be much better, much more convincing in these discovery calls, right? And this is also like super crucial. Like everybody always gets obsessed about leads, right? Everybody's obsessed about how can I get more leads and more leads for the business. And leads, I mean, that's great, that's fantastic, but I mean, it doesn't help you anything to get a ton of leads, but they're not able to convert them actually, right? So this is why I think these kind of tools really have a lot of value, because they can help here in the whole conversion aspect of it, right? So, okay, so the Discovery Call Prepper looks at all these details, makes all the research, and tells me what I specifically should be watching out for, what I specifically should be mentioning, what are things that really make sense to talk about, right? So this is like before the calls. Now, another tool is the sales training. And this is then after the calls. So after the calls, I go to the sales training, and I can see here a specific scoring system, right? And the scoring system is always something that we set up specifically for every client on what matters really to them, right? Here are some generals. How well did I quantify the pain? Did I really confirm their ICP well? Did I map out their stakeholders, etc., etc., right? These are like some general practices on how you should do this. You might know tools like Gong, for example, that help you with these kind of sales trainings. Well, we can build this custom for our clients in the way how they like it, right? And then, so you can see here like a certain rubric, how, how it got scored here. And then it says also specifically, this is the interesting part, it says what exactly should you have or could you have done differently there, right? What is exactly the sentence that you could use there? Where did you maybe go in the wrong direction and put the person off at this point? Sometimes it's really like specific inflection points. This is something that I really realized on all the sales calls that I've done, is that, I mean, we think about all the different things that we should say, but sometimes it might be just one thing that we say that puts the lead off, because they think, oh no, that's not this, that's that actually, right? One example is that many potential clients that come to us don't want that we do any spray and pray, don't want that we send out just mass emails out, right? They want to have like a very detailed white glove kind of approach. And now the thing is that it might happen that I just say one thing there, the size of the infrastructure that we can set up, and then their mind goes right away and they think, oh, this is what they do. And because they are obviously not aware about all the white glove approaches that we have done. They are not aware about all the detailed approaches that we have done in the past. And then in their head, they shift it right away in this way. But I think, I mean, honestly, I think it's like very typical. Everybody simplifies the world around them, every conversation, every company, everything that you do and think about, right? So it's just natural for when you talk with a person that they simplify it in their head, and so this is just one thing where we have to look for these kind of triggers, for these inflection points, that it doesn't go in the wrong direction, and when the person is making their simple concept in their head, that this simple concept will show them a wrong picture, right? And this is just one of the examples of things that make sense to look out for. But in general, what I just wanted to mention here is what makes this really cool is, imagine every day you have your sales calls. In the morning you get the briefs for what is happening later, right? You get briefed for the calls, and then the next day you can see, okay, what did I do good? What didn't I do good? How can I improve on these calls, right? So all this is very helpful for the clients that are requesting this. And and there are many other apps that we can build based on the specific requirements, the specific needs that our clients have. Hope this was helpful for one or the other. Would love to hear thoughts, and let me know in the comments. Thanks, all the best. Ciao.